Area high school athletes now have a big home field advantage. The new Salina Regional Sports Medicine Clinic. Led by orthopedic surgeon Dr. Timothy Hawks, Salina Regional Sports Medicine offers comprehensive care, from education to prevent sports injuries, to performance, to the preservation and healing of damaged joints through surgery and rehabilitation. Fellowship trained in sports medicine orthopedic surgery, Dr. Hawks specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of ligament, cartilage, and meniscus injuries. He and his team of athletic trainers and physician assistant supports 5 area high schools, providing the highest quality, most timely care to athletes of every sport. In the school training facility, on the field, or in our clinic, we're ready wherever and whenever you need us. From high school athletes to weekend warriors, we'll help you get back in the game and keep you in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, the leader in comprehensive sports medicine.
Hi, I'm Nathan Wilcom, manager at the Longhorn Steakhouse here in Salina, Kansas. We are proud supporters of our local high school sports team and our community. I'd like to invite you to join us for a great meal at Longhorn Steakhouse. We are open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We hope to see you at our restaurant, and when you do, ask for me or our managing partner, Sarah Grimes. We'd love to say hello.
Come watch your favorite team and earn points with our new Blazing Rewards program, only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see dominos.com/rewards or call Domino's. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Friday Night Football here on Salina Media Connection. Joining you, about 9 minutes late into the first half, a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are here to bring you the Salina Central Mustangs versus the Goddard Eisenhower Tigers. So far, our score, 7-0 Eisenhower. Eisenhower had a pretty good drive the first drive, but then stalled on the second. Salina Central, this is their third time having the ball, and actually have started to get some momentum just coming off of a turnover.
And if you missed the first 9 minutes, you didn't miss much.
You did not. Central looking like years have passed, I hate to say it, but a lot of first down plays, but then a lot of second down going backwards.
Yes, deja vu.
And we'll be resuming play with Central with a 2nd and 2. Eisenhower just called their first timeout of the half.
Looks like they've been moving the ball this now. Well, as I say that, it's second down.
Exactly.
This here is critical down here.
2 receivers each side. A little bit of play action.
Pass.
Over the top.
Wide open.
Receiver. And we got a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. Number 19, Quentin Stewart. Puts the Mustangs on the board.
They needed that right there. They needed that bad. And that's what you make a turnover hurt the other team.
Exactly. Went ahead and went right for kind of that big play.
Especially you don't get too many turnovers in a game with that opportunity.
For sure.
Most of the time. That's got to bring the Salina Mustangs up in morale.
And Peter is here trying to tie it 7-7. And
it's
there's a
blocked.
low snap. Kind of just kicked into a bunch of bodies. It wasn't really a great snap, and I don't think the holder was able to get the hold down.
No, and number 25 was all over that ball right then. Jaggard.
Let's go with Blue Ball.
Blue ball, huh?
Yeah, let's go with that.
A 6'3", 155-pound senior.
Feel like that's more of the introduction than the name.
Yeah. Whoa.
Well, with the missed extra point, that still does keep Eisenhower with the lead.
Now, what will they do now?
Got to come out with a stop. Again, they were able to get that turnover, but Eisenhower's doing pretty well moving the ball down the field, getting about 5 yards every run up the middle. Their offensive line's definitely winning the battle there.
Well, the last time they created a turnover, so that's what they've got to come out and do right now, is create a turnover.
And Talon Peters again with the extra point kicker, the punt kicker, the fullback, the linebacker, wears perhaps not too many hats, I would say. There's not enough hats to give him. If there were more, they'd probably be able to give it to him if he could have multiple Talon Peters on the field. And kind of a skyrocketed kick, about the 23, fielded by number 17, but immediately taken down a couple yards later.
I think that was a matter of catching the ball and moving up a couple of steps,
Exactly.
and that was it. So where they got the ball at about the 26-yard line.
That seems about it. Eisenhower
First and
back
10.
into their traditional run format. And we got a false
looks
start
like
right there.
the guard jumped, or
Yeah.
the tackle. No, that was the guard. It looked like he was wanting to hit somebody.
Exactly. I think he got a little too excited. He was really flying out there. It wasn't a simple little rock back or like
No.
a single step and you messed up. He was firing out of there.
So you know it wasn't going to be a pass.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Did not take a step back. He was going forward. I wonder with this kind of quick turnaround, they'd probably be running the same play, I would assume, what they were going to run. And looked like a give
just
just up
going
the
nowhere.
center. Nothing there.
And that's what they want to do, keep them on this side of the field. And if you can do that, it makes it a lot easier to score.
And it's going to be about now 2nd and 5. Excuse me, Stuka, 2nd and 15.
15,
after
yeah.
the 5-yard penalty that set them back a play ago. Could have got another false start there. Looked like number 52
Well, we got a
kind
good,
of moved his shoulders a little bit right before the snap.
and it is him again.
Wow.
Boy, sometimes when you do that, the coach gets a little excited. And
Yeah,
you may need to come stand by him for a little while.
right, exactly. And then that gives a chance for the guy behind you to get your playing spot. It just happens that simple. You
That's
practice
it.
in 3 weeks and the whole summer, probably maybe as the starter. And I
He's
thought
back
of
to
another
pass.
move. It looks like a screenplay.
And he caught it.
Good design up there.
Oh,
And here comes
oh,
flag.
and a
flying.
flag. They picked up a lot of yardage, though.
Flag came from the far sideline umpire and as well as the deep umpire.
Holding offense. That's
And that's
a
going to bring that
terrible
back
time.
again. Looked like they're going to get it from the spot of the foul, so it might be around where they were at originally.
Yeah.
But you're almost at that point that if that's from the spot of the foul and you've already had 2 false start penalties, you might as well decline that and have it 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
Or 3rd and 20, excuse me. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper trying to get around to the edge again.
He goes
Central
nowhere.
doing really well, staying at home.
This is what you like to see when the defense is standing tall.
Yeah.
But now if you're the other team, you're not so happy with how that tackle is firing off when he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So we got 3rd and a long ways. About 21 yards, 22.
You may be, yeah.
Oh.
And it's going to be about a 5-step drop. Gets the ball away, but it definitely hit as he threw it. And that's just kind of an up for grabs ball. It's going to be hard to throw a pass interference on something like that. And Charles, we don't say it often, but the Salina Central defense not only held, but put them in negative yardage on that drive.
They did. They did.
Of course, it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt to have 3 penalties from the offense on that drive.
Especially when your tackle.
And we're going to have another flag here. Player coming on late for Eisenhower. And we're going to have another false start.
Wow.
I really feel a momentum change here.
I get that tackle over to the side, and I think we have a long chat on.
Right. And so
why
number
you don't
52
do
is
that.
still out. It was a wide receiver, I think, that came on late. That's just one of those personnel issues that, like, oh, am I supposed to be on the field right now?
Yeah.
Now,
what was he playing tight end?
I don't. They're not having that much of a deep punter here. Kind of just more of a quick punt. Not much there. And it's received by Counts. Right side gets some block. He's got a window, ladies and gentlemen.
And he goes all the way.
Touchdown. That's Ben Driver there with the punt return.
Wow.
I believe that's number, is that number 20?
That is number 20.
Okay.
So is this a different Central team we're seeing?
It's looking a lot different now. I can tell you before we went live, it was pretty much the same old team.
Yeah. Wow, the defense held, and as the receiving team, punt receiving team, took it to the house.
And Central's going to line up and try and go for 2 here. Try and get back that point. Kavanaugh give inside to Peters. Going to try and keep moving the feet forward, but runs into a wall of bodies. And with that 2-point conversion, no good. Central takes the lead, though.
5-point lead, though.
Yeah. And the score currently 12-7 Mustangs with 47 seconds left in the first quarter. It was, I want to say it happened a few times last year, but it's very, very rare that you see even Central have a lead in a game.
Yeah. And I don't think you want to say it loud.
I don't want to say that too loud.
Yeah.
Might have to close the doors.
There you go.
There's people trying to get into the room now.
So Mr. Peters is teeing it up again. So he just kicks that middle height ball that's not
like
really deep.
Yeah, he's trying. It doesn't seem like he's really trying to get it to the 2 deep guys. And that's either those deep guys are really good or he maybe doesn't have necessarily the best faith in his receivers.
Whoa,
but this
he
one,
kicked it out of bounds. Oh, no.
He's able to field it 2 further up, man. able to get a pretty good return close to
There
about
was
the
an open.
40-yard line.
If he would have came over a little ways, there was an open lane over there.
Yeah.
I remember the days the coach would say, "Stay in your lanes."
Yeah. Because then when you have those moments where you see the guy run by you and you immediately think, uh-oh, did I stay in my lane? And by the time you think about that, it's way too late, and you do not want to go to that sideline.
No. So let's see what this defense can do now.
Eisenhower
It's a
with
handoff.
a
He
good
broke.
give.
Wow, he's one tackle away from going to the house.
Even just a little bit extra burst of speed, he probably would have been able to split those two defenders for the Mustangs.
Now, they held good the last time. They've got to stand tall right now. They gave a little bit. They didn't break.
And with that run, gave Eisenhower a new first down and ball right at midfield. And this seems to be yet another running formation for Eisenhower. They've been running it basically every time. That was a give. Absolutely perfect read by the quarterback there.
Oh!
Perfect read.
What did he do? I thought the guy had it. He pulled it out.
Yeah, he pulled it out. That was just a perfect read there.
Wow.
You got everybody for Central biting on that fullback that they've been giving it to.
He had this announcer biting on it, too.
Yeah.
I think I was chewing on that all the way.
I mean, I think he probably could have waved at about the line of scrimmage when he was going. I don't think that maybe he was like the only safety. Seemed to be the only person that noticed he was the one who had the football.
There he goes.
And that's going to be a reverse. And that's actually going to be tackled for a loss. It looked like they were going to run it option right side, but gave it to that running back. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Salina Central has a lead, 12-7. And we'll be back right after this.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see Domino's.com/rewards or call Domino's.
And welcome back. We are just about to switch sides here. Both Salina Central and Eisenhower walking to the new end of the field.
So we get into this second quarter here. Is this defense going to continue to hold, or are they going to continue the Goddard Tigers can continue to march the ball down the field like they're doing right now?
You know, I'm almost speechless in that because you never know with this team right now. Sometimes they could just kind of get destroyed at the line of scrimmage and they could run the ball all over them, but a lot of times it seems that the only person to stop Goddard is themselves. Goddard Eisenhower's themselves, kind of like how we talk about Central. The team that hurts themselves the most is themselves.
That's it.
Second and 10
for
Eisenhower. And it's going to be a give to the fullback. Going to get about 5 yards.
Now, that's the same play he got all that yardage on, too.
Yeah.
Act like he gave it and pulled it back out.
Yeah.
And that's what opens that up. When that quarterback makes that run like that, that opens up that middle because then they start wondering what that quarterback's going to do.
Very much so. And if I'm Eisenhower, I don't know why I even need to throw the football right now. They're going to give it up the middle again, this time pretty well defended by Central. And that's going to bring up fourth down.
Wow.
Might get around a fourth and 6. Maybe around a 4th and 5.
Wow.
And Eisenhower looks like they're going to bring on some new personnel, probably for a field goal.
Oh, they are going for a field goal. I was wondering if they had a good enough field goal kicker. But
Yeah, I'm not sure, but
now would be a good time for a fake, too.
we're about to find out. And that is a soccer kick towards the goal.
Wow, it didn't even get off the ground, did
It
it?
did not. I think he just immediately, I mean, it looked like a kind of a slow snap, but I can't necessarily see the hold, but I thought it looked okay from our angle. He just kind of kicked it right in the ground. I kind of kicked the upper half of the ball, it seemed. I mean, usually you see on those things where it's like a line drive kick right into the offensive line, but that was just on the ground the whole way.
Yeah.
Well, kicking obviously an issue for both teams so far, which it's hard to have a lot of those things ironed out, specifically with 3 weeks of practice and some summer practices.
Yeah.
You're focusing on offense and defense the whole time.
Fake pass,
Back to
wide
pass,
open.
Wide open down the middle.
And
Quentin
he's still
Stewart crosses
rolling.
midfield to about the 45-yard line.
Quentin Stewart. Yeah, he's wide open. I don't know if he could have been much more open than that.
Yeah, very much so. Three receivers left side.
Pass
a little bit
again.
of a rollout,
Whoa.
but too far out in front of number 26, Caleb Harris.
28, wasn't it?
Oh, you were correct. I apologize.
That's all right.
28.
Mr. Counts. I think he's a returning one.
Very much so.
So
Now bring up 2nd and 10.
he's back to
Kavanaugh
pass.
just kind of just keeps dropping
Oh.
back. Looks like another screen. Taylon
It
Peters
was.
able to get some daylight. Picks up about 7 on that.
I think they read that pretty good because they closed in pretty quick on
Yeah,
that.
and it seems like they've been running a few good amount of screens already in this game.
They
you don't want
have.
to rely on it too much because eventually those defensive linemen are going to start getting kind of smart. But you definitely want to try and get a screen when you think the defense is going to blitz.
Oh, he handed it off.
Give inside, but
You know, that's when the
Right
quarterback
there.
should have pulled it back out.
yeah. And we have about a 4th and 4. Central's offense going to stay on the field. They've been running the same formation.
Are they trying to draw him off
receivers.
sides? Oh,
They
no.
snap it, rolling out left side. And,
And
did
he
have
catches it. He caught it.
They're saying he caught it. Number 27, Logan Heigl. I was about to say, I didn't think he really had anybody open, and he really did, and he just kind of put it in a spot for his guy to go get it. Not necessarily sure if that was designed that way, you know, like he meant to do that, but
It's kind of
that's
what
how it worked out.
And
Try to
that's
roll
taking
out,
it.
looking back
Oh!
left side. Had a little bit of a wide receiver screen on the left, but just overthrew Heigl again.
Wow. You know, when we interviewed Mr. Sambo a little earlier in the year, he said he would take some chances like that.
Yeah.
And that was a 4th down play.
That is true. And pull back out from Peters. Kavanaugh, 3 guys on him.
Oh,
Throw to the end zone, incomplete.
a little bit short. He did. If he would have aired that out just a little bit more, that guy might have caught that.
Yeah,
We could be talking touchdown.
yeah.
Third down and a big 10. This right here is an important set of downs.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be all right here.
No.
You're probably not going to kick it. You're certainly probably not going to punt it, so it's 2-down territory here. If you can just get something here.
Yeah. There he
And
goes.
wide open field.
Touchdown.
Heigl again. Kavanaugh somewhat able to just easily put balls into wide open areas.
Wow.
Over this Eisenhower defense.
Wow. You know, I thought we was going to see Central as usual, but this offense is starting to explode.
And we started late. I don't know if people will believe us saying that Central kind of started like teams of previous years.
Yeah.
And the Central offense again going to stay out on the field. Current score is 18-7. See if they can make it 20-7. Kavanaugh shotgun.
Got him.
Little bit of a slant inside. 2-point conversion. Good. It's like Gavin Presser on that little reception. This is looking pretty good, Charles.
It is.
It's looking pretty good.
For the Salina Central Mustangs, it's looking really good.
Still a long way to go, but definitely a lot more to be proud of. Central last year would have little bitty spurts of upness, I guess I would say, you know, of positive forward momentum, but usually nothing this long.
No. So do you think that the coaching change has changed the atmosphere?
I sure think it looks like it so far. I think the players just look like they're even a little more excited to be out there.
So Talon back to kick again. And it's, that's a deep
That's
kick.
a good kick.
That is a deep kick.
Gets it about 5 yards deep into the end zone. No return.
Wow. I didn't know he had it in him.
I don't think he does either. The wind's blowing out that way a little bit, but a big difference from where he was normally kicking it to that.
Wake up, but I guess the adrenaline is flowing for each and every player when you score like that and you get a lead. It just fires everybody up. Now let's see if this defense can be fired up.
Eisenhower going to start their drive in the middle of the hashes on the 20-yard line. Central's two linebackers coming up, looking like they're going to blitz. Pitch outside.
He's
The
still
number
going.
3 still going. It's going to be a lot of fighting for a yard. Maybe 2. Like about 2 there.
Maybe 2. Now Eisenhower, on the other hand, has got to turn it around now. You can't let the momentum continue in this way, or you may be in for a blowout
And
tonight.
they've had good drives. It's just kind of when they needed to pick up third down conversions, they're not able to get it. And I think that's
Ooh.
And I think we might have a neutral zone infraction, encroachment, whatever you want to call it these days.
Yep. 5 yards. About second and about 3. That's really manageable. That really opens up your playbook right there.
And it's going to be a give up the center.
They're going to have Eisenhower is going to have to change their count. I think Central is about starting to guess their count, so they're starting to move as soon as the ball is hiked. They're knowing exactly when it's coming off.
And I see Central's definitely playing up with their linebackers a little bit more, and I really kind of like that approach. And, you know, when you're a team that's been struggling year after year, you don't necessarily want to be reserved. You got to put the foot on the throat when you can.
See, that's the quarterback step back. See, they're already ready to.
And it's going to be another give left side. And that's going to be nothing there on that third down.
It might be enough for a first down.
Did he get no? Okay. I apologize. I was looking on the wrong ends of the hashes then.
He only had 3 yards.
Okay. Yeah, I still didn't look like I think he got much. We're all kind of in a weird angle.
He barely got that one. So they're cheating. The quarterback is doing a smart thing.
Yeah. Now we're actually going to get a false start, looks like.
Oh,
on that one.
Because he stopped his motion. But Central is guessing his motion. That's why they're coming up.
Yeah. And Eisenhower did get a first down, but they're kind of right back where they've been for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, this looks like it's the other team's way, going backwards.
Yeah. Continuing to give it up the middle.
I'm thinking that you've got to throw down the field.
They've certainly been running it enough to be able to do that.
And the thing about it is Central is starting to cheat. When they start moving those men up to the line, that's when you got to go behind them.
Yeah.
Now watch, those linebackers are back.
And look at the number 20, the safety, only playing about 7 yards away from the line of scrimmage. Not very much for a safety.
No, I think they have figured out the count. And so they're packed in. It's time to go up top.
And Eisenhower, earlier in the game, did kind of stretch the field a little bit, but right now just being very compact. Not spreading the field at all. Now we're going to get a little bit more.
3rd and 14. Back to pass.
5-step drop. Got the ball.
See, he should have done that.
He might be able to pull something out, but
he should have done that 2 plays ago.
And they did get a little bit back, but still only about 5 yards short of a first down. Pretty good play if you decide to go for it here, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And
2 plays ago, that's the play that should have been ran.
Yeah.
You got to get them off that line like that.
Central just playing up. Didn't even really have anybody back. And don't even need anybody back with a kick like that. Takes a Central bounce as well.
Wow.
And Central's going to have it about the 49 of Eisenhower on their end of the field.
Wow, looked like he ran into the kicker to me. Or they didn't. But there was no flag on the play.
And their kicker isn't deep at all. When he's kicking it, not very much of a long snap.
Well, that puts that explosive offense back on the field again.
Yeah. It's kind of weird to hear you say explosive with this team. It's something we haven't really heard over the past few years.
So Kavanaugh is back. He gets it, fakes.
Looks right. A little bit of a pump fake. Overthrows one receiver.
And into the hands.
I think Ben Driver thought that was maybe going to him, and maybe it was, but.
Went to Gavin Pesters.
It's one of those things. Why don't they run that more often? You accidentally overthrow the guy. The next guy behind him gets the ball. Not really sure in the end who was that supposed to go to.
Good things happen when you are showing good. Look at that. Look at
good
that.
Kind of over the top throw by Kavanaugh. Peters kind of going on a, not necessarily a block, but kind of like a fake run. Kavanaugh really had to angle his arm to get around Peters.
Mr. Driver got that. Took it on down for the first down. He's in the slot. Quarterback keeper. Quarterback keeper.
Still going. He lost the football. Able to get back on it. Yeah.
Wow, that could have been critical.
Yeah.
The momentum could have swung to the other side really quick.
And honestly, I'll tell you right now, when Kavanaugh dropped that ball, I really wasn't all that worried. And even if they turn the ball over, Central I think's looking so consistent right now, more than they've ever been, that I'm not even necessarily worried. And it's going to be keeper by Kavanaugh.
And he's going
and you
nowhere.
might as well just go down.
I'm telling you, though, it's the small things that will take and change the momentum.
Sure. I would agree. Eisenhower not doing anything that's
And I believe
really,
Central's on fire.
Yeah, oh, they are, absolutely.
Well, they're back. This is reminiscent of a old play, but I believe they can make it up.
Yeah.
About 15.
You're on 16. And a little bit of a high snap to Kavanaugh. Give to Peters, and gonna only pick up about one.
You know, and I could see why you did that, although that's really a passing down.
Right.
But when you got a lead of 20-7, you want to play a little conservative.
Yeah. 2:48 and counting left to go in the half. Central with all 3 timeouts. Play clock at 7. Might have to just call timeout here. And that's what Coach Mark Sambo was asking for and gets it. Central takes their first time out of the half, 2:30 left.
Third and 15.
You think you might as well, try and get for the first down. It's hard to say why you wouldn't, but almost think about trying and get some yards back, keep the ball on the ground, get the clock moving a little bit more. Try to leave Goddard Eisenhower with very little time, and they haven't really been showing the want to pass it down the field all that much.
I don't know. This is a different Central team. It doesn't look the same in any way since that first quarter.
Yeah. And again, kind of when I was going back saying earlier, you don't want to play conservative. That basically what I was just talking about was conservative play. You want to go for it. And again, I would assume 2-down territory here. Even if you can just get at least 5 yards to get at least under 10 on 4th down. Kavanaugh with the snap. Takes a step back, looking left side. Peters throws it short and it is picked off. And you know what? That's almost as good as a punt. That's probably the best punt you can ask for. The interception puts it about the 2 or 3.
It's going to depend on this defense because that could be a momentum changer there. When you get something that's exciting, it takes one step at a time to move the ball down the field.
Sure.
They are deep in their own territory. Yeah. Will Central make a stand is the question.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you can think, oh, man, feel bad, but you look at the field right now, and it looks, not too bad for Central if they can get some good line play, get it stopped.
And they stopped
Eisenhower gives him
he had a little daylight.
3-yard cushion.
He had a little daylight, but they closed in on it pretty quick.
And that's good to keep in front of you. You do not want to let people behind you this far down in their own territory.
It's 2nd down. It wouldn't be bad to throw that pass. That pass he throws across the middle that he picked up about 5 yards on the last set of downs they had.
152 and counting. And another run up the middle.
Down.
Gets through some tackles. Gets it out across the 25-yard line. And that's going to stop the clock for the chains to reset.
You cannot, if you're Central, you cannot let them score and get back into this game.
Yeah.
Because that's a way to go out at halftime.
Yeah. Back to pass.
Got it.
Eisenhower got him across the field. One man to beat, and he's going to be tackled. And they're about going to switch 25-yard lines just about.
126 left, and they're moving the ball.
Yeah.
You go in at halftime 14-20, you're in a good position.
You are still in a pretty good position. Anything with a lead at halftime seems to be pretty good momentum for Central. And Eisenhower look like they're going to be in throwing motion again, but nope, handed it off. Gets about 5 yards, 120 counting, and I think Eisenhower is going to take their second time out of the half.
They're going to have to make a pass in this instance right now. It's definitely calling for a pass. Not with 120 left in the game, second at about 6.
Yeah. The only thing I think you'd want to be able to run the ball here is if you got it maybe like, a third and short, you get a first down, stop the clock for a little bit with moving the chains. But, yeah, with only one timeout left, I don't think you want to be running the football outside of the 20-yard line.
No. And we sure don't want to go for a field goal, although that would be a moral victory for the Salina Central Mustangs.
Three is better than 7, or 6, I should say. Don't want to say it's better than nothing, but,
But for Goddard, 3 would put them back in the game. They'd only be down by 10 at halftime.
And we'll see how the next 80 seconds play out before halftime. And they are going to run it. And going to be about a yard short of the first down. Clock does continue to move.
So you got two plays to get a first down.
And there they're going back to the run again.
And it's a first down.
Which is really surprising because it was the pass that got them all the way down there.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're working with a lot less real estate when you're getting closer to the end zone.
They're moving the chains, though.
Yeah. 51 seconds left.
Wow, it looks like they... Oh, I was going to say, they should be moving the chains on that. So they can get another first down before scoring.
Yeah, and then the clock is now going. And there he's going to take about a 3-step drop, fade over the end. I think he's going to get a hold on the corner there.
And it's 2 of them.
And they're all in the same area, basically right next to each other.
Gage Prester. That's who they're calling that on. Wow. Really, that's not that bad, though. The man gets if he gets behind you like that, he might as well do that.
Sure.
It's either a touchdown or half the distance to the goal.
Yep, and it's not like NFL where it puts the ball on the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
And we have another stoppage of play. Clock currently sitting at 39 seconds. And they're having trouble with some knowing what down it was.
First down.
I think we're all having trouble with numbers tonight. And did he mention about it now being second down again? I don't I'm not sure they know what down it is.
I'm not sure, but I thought it was second down.
That's what I
They got the pass
assumed it
interference.
was. And they're going to add 2 seconds back on the clock.
First down, they are calling it.
And that could have been first down because they got that run that they were able to stop the clock. That might have been first down, was that pass. And they're replaying first down with the penalty yards attached. Throw over the center through several Central players. You're going to be incomplete.
Well, not much time went off the clock, though, so that's a good play. Now, this one, you've got to be open to do anything, and that is to get this first down.
Yeah. Well, and they still might, with 36 seconds, only second down, might be able to take another shot at the end zone and then try to pick up the 2 yards on third down.
They could.
And it looks like they're going to do probably that. Looking in the corner of the end zone or so. Overthrows his receiver number 3. And then that'll bring up a third down and 2.
So does the quarterback run the fullback and pull it out again and take it on a bootleg around that corner?
That'd be kind of a play that I would think that they've been giving it to that fullback so much, but I think they're probably going to give it to their fullback again, I would assume. And yeah, he does. Gives it to him, but only picks up a yard. Looks like he's going to be short.
So they're going to try for another field goal.
And Eisenhower takes their final timeout of the half with 26 seconds.
4th and 1. 2, they're saying.
It makes you wonder if they would, they're probably, you would think maybe going to go for it. If you were just going to try and kick it, you'd probably want to try and run that clock down as much as you can.
Any points on the board is a victory.
Yeah.
And if you go in at halftime with one step at a time, who's to say that doesn't bring the momentum back?
And if they decide to kick this, which I don't know if they will, if you remember the one of the field goals they tried earlier was just kind of probably there still might be an indentation where the ball was driven into the field.
Yeah, I don't even know if you could call that a kick.
Yeah.
I can tell you, thus far, this looks like a new team.
Very much so, yeah. They just seem more excited. Like, it does feel like I'm looking at a completely different team from previous years.
Well, even the coaching staff, I hate to say it, has a different swag.
True.
Big
and
fourth down.
And going to be kept by the quarterback, stiff arm. They're going to string it out, and Central's defense is going to hold.
That's
Great
got to be a victory.
Stringing that out, and look at the excitement on the Central players.
Boy, I don't think they've seen that in a lot of years.
Yeah.
Where they're jumping up in the air, giving slaps, and congratulating each other on a good stand.
Good. Central now takes over on their own 12, 21 seconds left. Central does have 2 timeouts left. They look like they're coming out into a let's go to halftime formation. And that one snap is going to put us to halftime. And a standing ovation here for the Salina Central Mustangs, giving the fans something to cheer about.
Wow.
And our halftime score is going to be Salina Central Mustangs 20, the Eisenhower Tigers 7. And we'll be back with halftime thoughts after this.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see Domino's.com/rewards or call Domino's.
And welcome back to the SMC halftime show here with my partner Charles Ross. Currently our halftime score 20-7, Salina Central. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Salina Central on top, leading at halftime. Charles, what a team we've been seeing so far.
Yeah, I think we could call it the new Salina Central.
Very much so.
I mean, the offense on fire. And as they become on fire, you can see all the other players getting a new adrenaline flow in them.
Yeah, and we were talking about they had a stop down here on 4th down. Eisenhower within the red zone, able to get a stop. The Central players just excited. We didn't see that in previous years. They're excited to be here, and I think part of that excitement also comes from their coach, Mark Sanbo, who we actually talked to earlier this month, I would say. And let's actually go ahead and run that real quick. Today, joined by head coach of Salina Central football, Mark Sanbo. Mark, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Mark, for people who obviously know Salina Central football, but might not necessarily know who you are, give us just a little bit of background about who you are.
Sure. Last 8 years, I've been at Dodge City High School in Dodge City, Kansas, 6A program out west, as we'd say out there. From there, I came from Fort Hays State. I had the opportunity to play football at Fort Hays State. And from there, I came from Smoky Valley High School, which is a stone throw away from Salina, Kansas. Familiar stomping grounds for the Sambo family and myself.
Right, and you were talking about Lindsborg. Obviously, you've heard Salina Central in the past, and the name it had been previously, like when you were in high school. What does the Salina Central name mean to you?
Man, when you think of Kansas high school football, you think of Salina Central. And I just think Kansas high school football is better. There's a bigger spotlight on it when South and Central are both top tier programs. And I think both programs, there's kind of this feel that they could just all of a sudden, snowball effect to be back to where they were at one time. So it's exciting.
So Coach, now you opened it up, and that being the South Central game, being one of the biggest games, you could be 0 and whatever, and when it hits that South Central game, it's a whole.
Absolutely. I've been fortunate to play in a rivalry that's been dubbed by USA Today as the biggest rivalry west of the Mississippi in the Garden City Dodge City game, the Hatchet game. Yeah. So we've had a big, they could say Garden City and Dodge City, their goal, state championship, was below the Hatchet. So that was an awfully big game, and South and Central is very similar to that. Doesn't matter the record, throw them out. One team could be 9-0, one team could be 0-9.
Yeah.
Both teams are going to be at their best.
Right.
And that's exciting to be part of. And I hope we elevate it for the kids, the community, the schools, that becomes, again, the center focus of the state of Kansas when those two teams meet up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's just even more, just people in general around town talk about it a lot more. And even if both teams in a year necessarily aren't doing the greatest, people still talk about South Central. And it really is like the bragging rights for the whole year, especially having the two schools in the same city, friends hanging out and stuff like that, and parents, it's definitely the bragging rights for the whole year, basically.
Well, not only the whole year, probably a lifetime.
Yeah, especially the seniors or whatever.
For sure. And there's a lot of good friendships among those kids from South and Central. But but we're promoting, once those lids are on, guys, those friendships.
That's right.
They got to go in the back seat.
Right, for sure. And just kind of looking at the team coming into this year, how many returning starters, I guess, would you say? It's kind of hard to answer being a brand new head coach and looking specifically at starters, but who are the guys that you think that were kind of starters last year do you expect to be in full force?
Yeah, probably defensively we return the most. I think we're 7 returning starters defensively, and I think we're 4 offensively. but that's a little skewed information. You guys will probably find out when we release it to the media the day before the game of what we're doing.
Yeah.
No, but we're making some changes. We're going to bring some guys who played on the defense side of the ball. We're going to move them to offense, and there's some guys that have been on the offense side of the ball that we think can do some special things on the defensive side. There's some core nucleus guys that are going to be very stable in what they've done, and I think Taylon Peters is an obvious example. Jackson Cavanaugh at the quarterback, and I think the things that we like to do offensively and defensively, those guys will be at a great advantage in what we like to do.
Right, and you were mentioning you were an offensive coordinator at Dodge City for the past few years.
Correct.
Where do you see, I guess, being now as a full head coach, how do you see, I guess, a defense? Like, what kind of defense do you think we expect?
Yeah, I'm a blitzing guy. I like to blitz, but the problem with blitzing is you're going to hear somebody's band. It's either going to be ours or it's going to be theirs.
Sure.
So, that aggressive nature, I got to pull back a little bit. But our defense coordinator is Coach Tim Cross. He's been a head coach. He's had head coaching experience. He's been on staff previously. We're bringing in some of my philosophy to the defense, and we'll be multi-front. We'll come from everywhere. But we'll also be really sound and really base. And our motto on defense is we want sharks on that side of the ball. We want people flying around hungry to make tackles.
Yeah. So are you returning the same coaches as they've always had, or you got a new staff coming in?
We got a new staff. We've retained some coaches, but we've added some coaches too. I really think we have a dynamic staff with great knowledge and great experience. And it's good as a head coach when you can say you can lean on some staff members and some things that you want to do, and we have that capability. We have a terrific staff. We have guys with professional experience. We have guys with collegiate experience. We have guys who have played at the highest level in Division I football. It's really exciting. And I tell our guys, we want to promote, and I tell our staff this too. We want these guys to go off to the next level and say, man, we had some really good coaches at our high school level, guys who come up to this next level, whatever it might be, and do it as well, if not better.
So I heard you saying that, I heard you say the keyword that you like to blitz and all that.
I do.
So do you think, just looking at the players you got, do you think you got the personnel to do the things that you really want to do, or do you got to groom them to do it, or?
Yeah, I think, that's the coaching part of it. Coaching is, there's a lot, and I told our guys this too, there's a lot of guys when I stand in front of them that every team in the state would love to have.
Right.
And we have those. And now as coaches, we got to put them in position to be successful. And if that's a kid who's maybe not great on his reads and he needs to be blitzing to be more of an impact player, that's what we need to do. If it's a guy like Taylon Peters who can go sideline to sideline and he can misstep on his read step and still make the plays, that's a guy you don't want blitzing away from a play. You want him to be in the mix. So that's what we have to do as coaches. We have to find out who can do what, put them in positions to be successful, and then let them go make us look good.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and transitioning from like defense to kind of like on the offensive side of the ball is kind of your specialty.
Yeah.
What are we going to expect, I would say, this year that, we haven't seen past in the Diener and Hall eras? What do you bring that people should expect that's different, I would say?
Well, when I think of Mustang football, I think of a running game. And we want to run the football. We'll just look a little bit different when we do it. We'll do it at a higher pace. But we want to run the football. We want to run it downhill. We just want to remove people from the box. And if they want to come in the box, then we want to take advantage of getting athletes and skilled guys the ball in space and letting it become 2-on-2 football or 6-man football. That's what we're trying to do. That's probably the difference. I'm a firm believer that defense wins championships. Offense just adds excitement and recruits the hallways, and that's what we want to do.
Wow, that's good.
Sure. I believe I was reading online, did some other research about you, that you're going to have a teaching position at Central this year. What position would that be?
I'm the strength conditioning coordinator at Salina Central. I'll be assisted by Coach Rick O'Neill, who's also the head track coach, and he'll be assistant on staff. That's what makes places so special is the people. And I've really been surrounded by a lot of good people at Salina, and now I'm surrounded by 2 more good ones. So,
you're too kind.
This place has been special, and we're really enjoying the run so far.
Yeah, and I was about to ask, is it starting to feel like home for you now?
Yeah, it always has kind of felt that way, and there's certain places I go that you get that feeling back that it's home, and this area, this part of Kansas always felt like that way. Fort Hays still feels that way. I drive through the campus, make my wife, we got to go by the stadium and get that feeling again.
Yeah. And then one thing I also want to touch on was there was kind of new stadium renovations this past year here at Salina Stadium. Have you been able to see any of those renovations? Have you, of course, the school being right next to the school, have you been able to go up there and see some of the new additions?
I think that's a big credit to the community. I think that's a big credit to the board. I think that's a big credit to the administration having a vision. Salina is such centrally located that it's just ideal to have quality facilities to invite state championship caliber games, to invite Shrine Bowls here, that type of stuff. I think it's really important, and I think that elevates everything for the kids too. And that's what we talk about, and kind of my philosophy. And we want our kids to feel like this is another level, and it is. And that's how I always looked at South and Central. It's another level. It's the cream of the crop in Kansas high school football, and we need to treat these kids this way as well.
Yeah. So with that being said, I heard you say strength. So are some of those guys out there getting prepared, strengthening up? And
we have a 6-week program, a strength and conditioning program during the summer, which we call SC Pride. And we break it up into 4 sessions. All high school male and female athletes, as well as 6th through 8th graders, are invited to it. The sessions are broke up from football is the first session, to high school male and female athletes is the second session, to middle school football is the third session, and then 6th through 8th male and female athletes are invited to that 4th session. And we had a great turnout. We had 72 football kids show up for our first session. Our kids made gains. Our kids were excited how we kind of did things. We cranked up the music for our team camp, and it was electric and it was fast, and our kids really responded to it.
Yeah, and that was one thing I was going to mention is how much are you seeing people who weren't necessarily interested in football last year, maybe as a sophomore, who's now thinking about coming out for football or meaning to be more involved with a new coach and such.
Yeah, I think I think change is difficult, but I think change is good at times too. And I think what we're trying to do and what we're trying to promote and the culture that we're creating is getting some buy-in. We've had 2 guys that weren't football guys that have now showed up in the past 3 weeks wanting to play football. And I think that's a credit to our staff, and I think that's a credit to the kids who are saying, look, this is a different beast right now, and we're having a lot of fun, and I think we can have a lot of success, jump on the train, and we're welcoming them. And we think there's a lot of guys at Central High School walking those hallways who could really help us. So if you like catching the football, if you don't like tackling, or getting tackled, we got the place for you.
So I would like to ask you this question about your coaching. So are you the coach that's fired up? Come on, or are you just the kind of coach that's kind of mellow, kind of cool, but still fired up inside?
I would say I play both of them. I've been told that I'm an offensive mind and a defensive personality. I have those OCD defensive intangibles. Every once in a while I get pretty fired up because I used to just love hitting people. Run in the alley as a free safety, and that brings a great deal of joy to watch and see people get excited about it. I say defensively play with great emotion. But on the other side of it, the offensive side is pretty calm and collected. I'm thinking about 3-4 plays ahead. So I've already told my staff we need a guy that it can kind of just give me a tap when it's 4th and 4 and we're backed up on our own 35, and I'm like, we're going for it. To just say, are you sure? And then me to say, no, we're going to punt it. Let's punt it. Just give me some second thought on it. But I would say both sides. You could see me pretty fired up and fist pumping, and then you could see me in thought and thinking.
Would you say you're a risk taker?
Oh, absolutely. We love trick plays. We just hate practicing.
It comes with the territory.
We prep ourselves for situational. We call them scoring plays, and we don't call them trick plays. We call them scoring plays because we expect to do something with them. So Taylor Peters throwing the ball, a lineman catching a screen. We've done them all.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I think that's getting close to us at the moment. Is there any other words you'd like to say or something you'd like the community to know?
I'm just, as a family, as the Sambo family comes to Salina, I've really appreciated how we've been welcomed, and people are excited about Salina Central football, and always have been excited about Salina Central football. But I think, both schools are making the right steps in the right direction to take this thing where I think everybody in the community and everybody in the state wants it to go.
Yeah,
That's good.
And
for sure.
I'm excited about that.
Well, thanks very much, Coach, and we'll see you August 31st against Goddard Eisenhower.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Go Mustangs.
Yep, thanks. And as you can clearly see, Mark Sandbo, the new head coach at Salina Central, he's excited for his guys. And it clearly shows with his team and his coaches. It's only been 24 minutes, but I think it's looking pretty good so far.
And his action, just like he said in the interview, fourth down, he goes for, and he capitalizes.
Yeah.
And that fires up that team. That Salina Central team there is not the same Salina Central team we've seen in the past.
Very much so. Like, they're not playing conservatively. They're out to win. And I think that was just kind of a problem with teams in the past. They weren't really out there to really put the foot on the gas and just take control of this game. This Central team really looks like they want to take control. We'll definitely see what happens in the second half, but Central definitely with the momentum, and we'll see how it goes. Thanks for joining us here on the SMC Halftime Show. We'll be back with second half action right after this. And we're back from halftime, ladies and gentlemen. And we're back with our halftime score, 20-7, Salina Central, just about to kick off second half action.
And kicking in the ball, we have Mr. Peters again. Is he going to kick it deep, or we're going to get one of those kind of short kicks?
I mean, you got no real reason to kick it short. I mean, the ball's in Eisenhower's court right now. They're the one that are going to have to start making some plays. So I'd say you kick this thing as deep as you can.
And that's what he did.
Really good kick, just a couple yards out of the end zone.
Uh-oh.
And he's got a seam right there. Is he able to cut this back? Keep it a little bit in front of him, doing some hitting, but not much wrapping up and tackling. A kind of a sumo takedown by, well, there he is again, number 33, Talon Peters.
He's lucky that they didn't throw a flag on that.
Yeah.
I think he got a little roughhouse because he was a little bit pumped because he threw him down.
And despite the kind of pretty good tackle, that puts Goddard Eisenhower just 5 yards short at midfield.
And I think he actually lost yards because he ran backwards.
He did a little bit, yeah.
Now let's see what that defense can do.
Linebackers for Central crouching up on the line again, able to get a play made in the backfield.
They have definitely got the quarterback snap down. As you can see, they edge up right when he's getting ready to make that the hike from the center to the quarterback. And I mean, they've got it timed.
And you're definitely getting those offensive linemen for Eisenhower kind of off guard too. And yet another, and he's pinned the ball!
Salina Central has the ball.
It looks like the quarterback for Eisenhower was trying to make a pitch there. Really, probably just should have tried to just hang on to that and take the loss, but Salina Central comes up with a turnover on their own end, or excuse me, on the Eisenhower end of the field.
Wow. And they're pumped.
And that's one way to completely destroy for a second half first drive from the other team. Handoff, Peters inside. Going to be getting about 3 yards with forward progress.
It took a host of them to bring him down, though. He's running hard tonight.
Yeah. And there's that play again
Good spin.
Good spin there. Number 20. There was that play again. Kavanaugh with the throw, kind of just a straight over the top throw, having to get by Peters. When I first saw it, I wasn't sure if that was designed or he just had to make a play. I saw it again right there. That's designed, I think. Just able to scrape by. Kavanaugh with a keeper navigating some traffic, gets a couple blocks.
Whoa.
And gonna be out of bounds. It's about the 23. That's gonna be a Salina Central first down. And a good third down and short conversion there.
What I've noticed also is Kavanaugh has taken control of the team. He's actually running the offense.
He's running it with confidence, too. And there's handoff. Peters got one of the outside guys to bite.
Oh.
Peters staying on his feet inside the 10.
First down.
And goal.
Wow. Back.
And going to be a keeper
man.
from Kavanaugh. And play just blown up. Back to Kavanaugh, handing back off to Peters' left side, keeping the feet moving. Gets them back to about their original line of scrimmage.
Yep.
It's going to be third and goal from about the 8.
Boy, it looks like they're taking off from where they left off.
Yeah.
Firing on all cylinders.
You got to assume it's 2-down territory again. Wouldn't be hurt to run it here, but nope. Going to be a throw by Kavanaugh.
He goes nowhere.
And he's going to be taken down for a pretty big loss. That's around the 16, 17 yard line.
Don't look like, are they going to try a field goal?
Yeah, 2 new personnel coming onto the field, and
they're
are.
going to do a field goal, try a field goal. Their last field goal didn't look really the best neither, I don't believe.
It wasn't. They had a mishap on an extra point, and they went for two-point conversions after that. And it looks like he's got that one. A really impressive kick that time from Talon Peters. And that makes the score 23-7, Salina Central over the Eisenhower Tigers. 8:20 now left in the third quarter.
Boy, it's been a long time since you've seen these Salina Mustangs like this.
Very much so. It really completely feels like I mean, you don't want to say it's a completely different year because it is, but it feels like a completely different decade from what we're seeing right now. And a lot of times over the years where you would see Salina Central fans kind of gone at halftime, they are all still here in the stadium.
Yeah, it's the way these Mustangs are playing on offense and defense. Both of them on fire tonight.
One thing I was interested in is they didn't really throw the ball that drive. They made a lot of... That's going to be a good kick. Not going to be returned. They did have some throws that were pretty big, but definitely where they needed to pick up first down, specifically down into the red zone. They didn't want to go to the air really at all.
You know, that guy caught that and just left it there, but I'm not so sure if he wouldn't have took off, he wouldn't have made it past the 20.
Yeah. Eisenhower back out now on their second drive of the second half. And Another fumble. Salina Central's got it around the 10-yard line. And we have a late flag coming in. Might be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty after the fact. It was pretty clearly after the play.
Or was that flag before? Oh, they're gonna, yeah.
You got to assume it's some kind of taunting or something. And that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on Gage Presser of Salina Central after the fumble recovery. So Salina Central does retain possession, but back them up 15 yards.
Doesn't make a difference, though.
It makes a little bit of a difference. I mean, you do have a little bit, you know, you're a little bit farther out, but the way Central has been moving from time to time, it might not make a difference.
I don't really think it makes really a big difference. The way the offense has been functioning tonight, we could either count it as 3 or 7.
Yeah.
And that's unusual if you don't know me coming out of me.
Yeah.
But that offense has been explosive tonight.
And let's see if they are going back to the throw. And no, back to Peters, left side. Got some pretty good blocks inside the 20 to the 15, but here comes a flag on the near side of the field for us.
That's usually a sign of holding.
And probably on a wide receiver. Yep, and I think we already saw the motion.
And they're moving back.
Yep. Originally, you had a fumble recovery on about the 10 or 11 yard line.
Yeah.
You're now back to around the 28. And it's only going to be about 2 yards, or maybe about a yard all in all that you lost, because it's from about the spot of the foul. And Kavanaugh with a keeper, nowhere really to go. Gonna spike it in there. They might say that 77 was in the area, but that's not an eligible receiver number, or he could be if he was lined up in a specific way. I don't think they're,
no, they're
not throwing anything.
They're gathering. They're gathering. They may be talking about it.
But number 77 was not looking like he was going to be a receiver on that play. Yep, and there comes the flag. We're going to get an intentional grounding call on Kavanaugh. And they're going to back it up even more and lose the down.
Wow.
And the mistakes keep coming.
Brag about them. They turn it around.
Yep.
The old Central offense starts out.
We are now on the 42-yard line. Need to get it to the 17 for a first down. We have some downs to work with, but the scoreboard, it puts it at 2nd and 25. A little play action to Peters over the middle of the field. Throw it a little bit behind his receiver.
He's wide open. He could have threw it up in the air, just a lollipop. I can't believe it. And I'm thinking he had ground to run had he not slipped.
Yeah.
You couldn't have been more open than that. I mean, the pass was there.
Ish, kind of.
There, yeah, you know that.
Yeah, that kind of, but, you know, not all the way there.
Yeah.
And roll out from Kavanaugh again. Got a lot of, Goddard players on him. Going to be an incomplete pass.
Boy, that was a good lick, though.
But a good hit from an Eisenhower player. Really the first substantial hit we've seen. And that's going to bring up a long 4th down.
So he was out of bounds. That was a wasted hit. He just
Yeah. And they're going to go for it here. I thought they might be able to do a little pooch kick to at least get some yards back.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah, there it is. They're going to direct snap it to Talon. Kind of a low snap. Gets the kickoff. Pretty good kick. That's going to go into the end zone. Might have gotten a little bit more air under that. Might have gotten more of a back bounce.
There's where he needed one of those high ones and then down.
Yeah.
Still, they look like a different Central team.
Yeah.
But they have got to learn how to capitalize on those turnovers.
Yeah. And really, in the end of things, we're right back to where we were.
Right.
Probably about 4 minutes of game time, seemed like. And got another just play that Central just blows up. And now
they're reading the quarterback snap. I can
was
tell
there a
you
flag
that.
thrown? A little bit of discussion now from the officials. Not sure what they're going to say. Yard markers have it as 2nd down as if that was a play, but everybody was standing around even a little bit like it was stopped. Now the umpire's going to have a discussion with someone personnel-wise on the Central sideline.
Who are they talking to?
Not sure. Doesn't seem to be necessarily a Central personnel member. I don't know if they're going to make a call on something or...
They're wanting him to move, it looks as though.
And it looks like that play is going to stand. They're putting the ball about at a 1-yard loss. A lot of the Eisenhower players didn't even really know what even happened on that play.
Wow, I don't understand what happened.
Not going to
there.
get an explanation in the end of things, but regardless, 2nd and 11 for Eisenhower.
Whoa.
And that's a give up the middle. Going to get about 5 yards back. And just past the 7-minute mark left in the 3rd quarter. And back to pass.
Oh, and he had
Pass
a
over the
man
middle. Here
there.
comes a flag late at around the line of scrimmage. Not sure if it's going to be a late hit. Didn't necessarily see. Might be roughing the passer. Okay, there's no flag on the play.
Picking it up. Looked over at the crowd and decided he wanted to pick it up. Must have saw some frustration in some of the people.
I mean, don't you just hate it when you accidentally pull that flag out of your pocket? Hate it when that happens. Nevertheless, 4th down and 6. Eisenhower staying on the field. And there's another pooch kick. Kind of more of a rugby-style punt. Going to be picked up on the 38. Number 1 for Eisenhower. Might have landed wrong on his arm. Kind of whiffed. And then just kind of fell. And thankfully, it seems to be our first real injury of the night.
He was probably just a little bit tired.
Maybe.
Want to get a quick break.
And he's quickly up and going back to the Eisenhower sideline. Number 1, Cooper Ryan is a senior.
Boy, he's trying to go back on the field, and looked like the coach told him to go to the sideline.
Yeah.
Boy, this team does look like a totally different team.
Yeah. And it's a lot of with the same personnel.
Yeah.
23-7, still our score. Central first down, give to Peters. Peters running hard. Do have a flag in the secondary. Here comes another one thrown.
There's a couple of them.
It might be a hold on maybe a backside defender that really isn't necessary. Those flags were thrown really not in the way of the
back
play.
Already. Boy, and if you're a running back, you just get a good run, and then one of your linemen, they're trying to help.
Yeah.
But they're blocking downfield when you're already past them.
Yeah. First and 13 now with the penalty. Peters again gets by 2 defenders out of bounds. Looks like he's right at the sticks for a first down.
He's real close to the first
I think
down.
he's real close. I think he's probably going to give it to him, get it to him. And we'll see when they fully stretch it all out.
Looks like he still has it.
Yeah. I think they might measure it. And they're moving the chains. First down, Salina Central. And there might be an Eisenhower player down on their sideline.
Oh, he's tired.
He's tired again.
Well, if you got to chase these Central players up and down the field like they've been doing tonight,
and
you'd be tired too.
And not even just up and down, sideline to sideline a lot.
Go.
And both teams going to be going back to their huddle.
You know, you think you're going to get a break, and then the offense gives the ball up on a turnover.
Yeah. Well, granted, it's only the first game, but Central can keep up this momentum the rest of the year. Going to be a certainly very interesting year for Salina Central.
So have you even thought about the MVP for tonight?
You know, one of the choices they always want to go with is Taylon Peters. Kavanaugh has had some good runs, has had pretty good ball protection most of the night. Even in those plays where he's just kind of basically open for any hit in the backfield, still doing really good at taking care of the ball, not trying to do too much. Did have a intentional grounding call on him.
A couple of defensive players too, maybe. I mean, are breaking through that line.
Yeah. Number 2, Gavin Prester, had some pretty good plays as well. With Logan Heigl, I believe, also having a touchdown on the night.
So with Salina Central's momentum going and everything tonight, I think they will continue to run the ball. What are you thinking?
I would think so. We're about halfway past time-wise on this third quarter. Up 23-7. Peters got the ball again and running it. Specifically when you're getting runs with determination from Peters like that, you got no reason to throw, really.
Yeah.
You have no reason to throw and stop the clock by a loss. And we're definitely seeing a lot more up-tempo pace. It was something we haven't really talked about at all tonight. Just right
There
back
you
up to the
go.
line. Peters
He
again.
should have took the gap. God,
Pretty good blocks
that was a good run.
there,
he
but
had the
he
open
did.
field.
If he can cut that up into the
Just
middle of the
cut
field.
in, yeah. Had he cut in, we might be talking touchdown.
Yeah. And we
But it's always easier to see from up here than it is when you're down there on
Right.
the field.
And we might have yet
Timeout.
another Eisenhower player down now on the central sideline. I apologize for those at home if you feel jinxed that I mentioned about the first one of the night, and we've had 2 others in quick succession. And that was number 13 this
A lot
time.
of times when it's the first game, it's a matter of getting used to the atmosphere and the timing and
Yep.
your wind, and there's several elements that play a part
And
in that.
it's hot outside. It's still August as of this game. Still summer. First game, yeah, maybe not getting enough fluids in you. That's where cramping starts.
The adrenaline is really flowing.
Yeah.
It's the first real game, so that makes your blood pressure go
Yeah.
up.
And, you know, again, talking with this team, they're not really in competitive games at all in the second half.
No.
And handing off again to Peters. There's a little bit of a
And he
cutback.
breaks.
Still on his feet.
He's
10-5 to the pylon.
Touchdown.
What? Yeah, and they
What?
do signal touchdown. It came from the referee and they're on the middle of the field, not the line judge. I think they're going to talk about it a little bit. There was maybe a chance that Peters might have
Fell
had
down.
his knee on the ground before he was in the end zone. And it looks like they're going to keep the touchdown.
They're going to go, oh, no.
And
He's
it looks
off for
like
the
they
extra
are.
point.
They're going to try the extra point here. Chance to make it 30-7. And that is up
Good.
and good and true. Salina Central now with a 23-point lead with 5:35 left in the third quarter.
Wow, I don't think they're going to know what to do. This is going to be their first win in a long time.
I don't want to sound like a broken record, but what is this team? Who is this team?
Well, you see the Coach Sandbo is running around slapping the players, congratulating them, good job, the whole thing. It's a whole new team.
And Peters again with another kickoff for the night.
And it's a deep
It's
kick.
a good one, right at about the goal line. We're 17 for Eisenhower. It looked like he wanted to take that out, but the officials blew it dead.
So Eisenhower, the whole second half, they've been on that end of the field.
Yeah, they haven't really had much momentum going at all.
Wow, they're
And
out.
again, people signaling Central football. And no, Eisenhower will retain possession.
Well, they've had it so many times like that, they're just automatically believing that they have it again.
And when you start getting the confidence flowing like that, you're going to believe that that ball is yours, and you're going to fight even harder to get it.
That's right.
Another give up the center.
Well, I know it's been at least 2 years since they've had a win, so
Yeah.
this has got to be feeling good.
Winless the last 2 seasons. Finally, something to cheer about around the north side of town. And back to pass behind number 3 of Eisenhower, not able to get anything there. Again, going out to the ends of the field where a lot of their success has been in the middle of the field.
I don't know why they don't oh, they got trips.
Finally spreading it out. Going to be more of a shotgun look. But no, it was just going to be another kick. Thought they might actually decide to want to run something there. And you're kind of at the point right now that the blade might be already close to the opponent. Well, you might be getting to the point where you might want to twist that knife a little bit and make it a little more official.
Well, you're still in the third quarter, so anything can happen.
And Peters
look at
keeping the feet moving. Now,
They're
Charles,
moving the ball.
you mentioned anything can happen, and you're starting to sound like me. Thinking that anything can happen.
I have seen this Central team give up some points.
Yes.
Although they've looked totally different than that tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Peters again.
they're just driving the ball down their throats.
Yeah. Again, the word I just keep coming back to when seeing this team is just confident. And a couple of high snaps last few downs, but Kavanaugh with that good size able to get them. Central now gets the ball to the 30-yard line, a new set of downs. Handoff Peters inside. Gonna pick up about 5 or so.
He's just moving the ball straight down the field.
.224 and counting left in the third quarter. Back to pass now. Kavanaugh this time throws
he
into
gets
the
away.
backfield, but does get away from some. It looked like might be a few yard loss. Turns into about a 4-yard gain. Kavanaugh again hands off Peters. 2 Eisenhower players going after Kavanaugh, while Peters runs up the middle for about a 5-yard gain and a new set of downs.
I don't think he's kept it very often when he handed to Peters.
Most of the time when Kavanaugh is handing it off, it seems to be when he made a mistake on a read, and he's usually getting tackled a few yards in the backfield. He's rolling left this time, going to be throwing and going to be shoved out of bounds, maybe lost a yard.
And Mr. Counts was over in the corner waving his hand. Throw the ball to me. But when you're on the run like that, it's hard to see.
Yeah. And handoff again to Peters. That's the cut we're looking for. Did lose the ball. And by body language, looks like Eisenhower has it, and they do. A fumble in the red zone by Talon Peters.
Wow.
Shoots perhaps what could be the score that keeps this game out of reach for Eisenhower. Eisenhower now back with the football at about their own 10-yard line. 1:05 left in the third quarter. And that's just going to be a quarterback keeper, just straight, kind of like a quarterback sneak, really.
Yeah, it was.
He's going to pick up 5 yards on that.
That was a good call on first down.
Yeah, and the Salina Central linebackers playing a little bit back off the ball kind of allowed them to do that. Only playing 3 down linemen. You know, we do have a few outside linebackers now crouching in again. It's going to be another handoff up the middle.
Looks like it's no, it's a little bit short of a first down.
Yeah, he's going to be about 2 yards short, looks like this time. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. Let's see if he can get those linemen to get some penetration. And we're going to have a stoppage of play here. And not only just stoppage of play, that's going to be the end of the third quarter, excuse me. And the score is going to be 30-7 Salina Central. We'll be right back after this.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see dominos.com/rewards or call Domino's.
And we're back now with the start of the fourth quarter. Again, our score, Salina Central 30, Eisenhower Tigers 7. We've now flipped the field. Eisenhower now, again, on their own about 18.5-yard line. Really bunched up in here for a 3rd and 2. It's like going to be quarterback keeper.
Looks
like we saw on first down. He got it.
With it being in the fourth quarter, I don't know if the song isn't starting to begin to sing.
Tackle on the previous play made by number 47.
Well, Charles, I've seen a lot of Salina Central games, and there's a lot that can happen. I think a guy told me that once.
Yeah. But the way this team's playing tonight, I don't think much can happen.
Yeah, it's
a whole new momentum.
even if they were to give up something big here, I don't even know if I'm worried at all.
No.
And a little bit after a stoppage there, first down and 10. Handoff inside again. And
they're
going to
have to get something
there
to stop that coming up the middle. And when I say that, it may not be this game, but some other team is going to use that same technique.
Yeah. And if I'm Salina Central, the coaches, you might as well let them try to keep running the ball up center, getting 5 yards, taking that 25-second play clock all the way down to single digits. And if it's going to keep this clock moving when they're down by 23.
That may be their strategy.
And there's another handoff. Going to be about 2 yards short.
Making the tackle, number 11, Tyler Mayorga.
And
pulled it out.
Quarterback's going to pull it, yeah. Good decision there. Able to pick up the first down and about 8 more yards.
And he pulled that out the very last minute. That was a good fake.
And I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that and putting the offense in positions to allow the quarterback to be able to pull that ball.
Well, the whole thing is they stop passing. Oh,
Right.
there they go.
And there's Eisenhower, quarterback,
Whoa!
running for his life.
And
Had
he-
number 17 kind of wide open. It almost seemed as if number 17 not
was
only
that?
maybe stopped on the route a little bit, was just confused on where the ball was and how to read it. Not able to get anything there. It's just going to be a second down now.
He let his defensive back, let his man get behind him. That's very dangerous.
Yeah. And now 2nd and 10 again. Eisenhower with a very not necessarily predictable, but limited playbook tonight. And there's another handoff. Give up the center. Only gaining about 2 yards on that play. Going to bring up 3rd down and 8. You would assume Eisenhower going to the air here.
Coach Sambo has got to be proud of his Salina Mustangs.
And
thus
there's
far.
another give up the middle.
Nowhere.
Absolutely
Nowhere.
nothing. Maybe, probably looks like might have got a yard in the end of things, but it's not going to help you when it was 3rd and 8. Now it's 4th and 7. But and might have been a decision to stay on the field, but Eisenhower going to bring some new personnel, perhaps for a punt. You might see that short pooch kick, but no, we're going to keep it, going to pitch it. Good adjustment by number 3. Able to keep that in front of him, but it looks like he's going to be a good 2 yards short of the first down. Yeah, not even just 2, just 1 yard short. And Salina Central is going to take the ball over on downs.
Wow. That was almost a good play.
Yeah. And that's kind of one of those fake scenarios where you're kind of like everybody can almost see it coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
Why don't you just get your offense lined up and run? But that play even made more yards than some of the other Eisenhower plays been made tonight. 33, Jalen Peters, left side handoff, making some moves, crosses the 30 to the 25, and taken down at about the 21-yard line.
Talon has had some real good runs tonight, too.
Yeah. And he's had really good vision. We mentioned that one where he probably should have made a cutback, but had some really good vision to just find the openings on that play.
Yes. Yes.
And it's going to be a keeper by Kavanaugh. Good job. Good block outside of the field, inside of the 5-yard line. And it looked like a great block there from number 2, Gavin Prester. Called his name a couple times tonight.
I think if they punch it in this time, they can start letting the backups play.
Yeah. Which we usually talk about the backups playing for Salina Central, but usually in a different context than it usually is. And a handoff to Peters. Maybe a yard, gets it to the 4-yard line.
Oh! Trying to catch that, anticipate it. That's what Central's been doing all night.
You know, that's one of those things where if you get it, you're really smart and you make a big play.
Yeah.
But if you don't, you kind of look like a little stuck out there and a sore thumb when you're the only guy standing back there and the ball hasn't moved yet.
Yeah.
And that gives Central about another yard and a half, I would say, closer. And Peters with a snap, gonna be about a few inches short.
Wow, he's gonna. Oh, that's number 39.
Running the ball is number 33, Taylor Peters. Brings up 3rd and 1.
And we're gonna get another. Yeah, we're getting another direct snap to Peters. That time he is in. Touchdown, Salina Central. 36-7 as it stands currently, with an extra point coming.
Wow. Wow.
That's a pretty good word to describe this night.
Yeah. Now he's on to kick the extra point. And it's good.
He got that one too. Doing it.
Sambo's on the sidelines throwing the hands down, saying he's throwing that enthusiasm out to him.
Excited. And as it stands, 37-7 Mustangs. 7:27 left in the ball game. Eisenhower gonna have to come up with some big plays. They've not really been showing that they are capable of that tonight, other than just one or two off-beat plays.
And I think right now you don't even worry about big plays. You get the guys out there that haven't had the experience and put them out there and let them play for the last few seconds of the game.
I expect probably the starters to be out there for at least a little bit longer. I would say it might even be another few minutes before we do get some backups. It is a 30-point game. And even 37 unanswered points from the Mustangs. A completely different game from when we went live.
Short kick.
And a good down the field tackle
And he's hit.
by number 36, Greg Gibson. Central defenders coming up to the line again. We're going to get a
I think they
Call
got there a
one
little
dead.
early, didn't they?
Yeah, it looks like they're signaling offsides. Somebody might have had a helmet over the line before it was snapped.
Yeah, they have been real close by kind of anticipating the snap.
Yeah.
That time they got caught a little bit off.
And they, again, they've been doing a pretty good job. I don't know if the Eisenhower player that ran across the line the last drive for Central was trying to do a little bit of his own, but.
See there.
And handoff up the middle, riding a block. Picking up about 3 yards. Gonna make it a 2nd and 3 for Eisenhower. Now that puts you in a pretty good spot to be able to do quite a few things.
Yeah, you can just about do whatever you want. You can pass, you can run.
You could try for the big shot here.
You can.
You know, we have a little bit of an equipment timeout. Second and 3 for the Tigers. And it looks like it at about instead of it actually being about 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3, we're going to back it up 5 yards. Basically negating the offsides penalty that Central was called for a couple downs ago.
And that's what it's doing right now.
And back to pass.
Little screen.
Had a little bit of daylight. Number 36 for Central, kind of in a pretty good position to maybe try and pick something off. But again, Matt, a little bit of a screen, but it's one of those things where Kavanaugh, right when he does his drop back and a little bit of a play action, he turns around and 2 Mustang defenders are right there in his face. Eisenhower again, dropping back, looking down the field, and a pretty good play.
That was a good defensive play.
And instead of necessarily trying to go for the breakup, oh, we had a roughing the passer call. Did not see that in the backfield.
Wow.
On Salina Central.
That negates the great play by Mr. Thomas.
Yeah. And some of the Central players getting some of the fans excited. And that's going to be a pull by the quarterback of Eisenhower, and a great play
He goes
by
nowhere.
Ben Driver. Way to keep the eyes on his assignment, the quarterback, and able to bring him down for a loss of 1. And we're going to have a little option, but able to keep the ball moving forward.
Quarterback keeps on number 18, Colin Becky. Tackle made by number 39, Israel Torres.
5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Eisenhower back to pass.
Whoa.
And he's going to be sacked in the backfield. A great job by number 57, Fernando Rodriguez.
Wow. This team is playing totally different. And they haven't gave up, and the game is almost over.
Yeah.
I mean, almost good night. Or that old song they used to say, na, 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye.
I've heard that one before. And it's a 4th down. Eisenhower gonna kick it. Nobody back for Central. Doesn't matter. That ball is gonna go out of the end zone. And I will basically take that punt as a conceding move by the Eisenhower Tigers.
Boy, it's a lot of fans out there cheering. It's been a long time since they've had something to cheer about.
Yeah. Now, you might have to correct me if I'm wrong. Hearing a little bit of the Salina Central students chanting, "We want Bama." I don't know if we're at that point yet in the season, but I love the positivity. I would say the Crimson probably beats the Maroon in this instance.
Yeah. And probably terribly bad.
Yes. And Central's got the ball 1st and 10.
Throws.
Coming over the
he's got a
middle,
man
wide open.
And he's
Number
going.
19,
Can he
he's
take
going.
it to the
He
house?
might get caught. 20, 15,
He's
still
still
going.
rolling.
Still going inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Ain't no quit.
Now that was a long pass and a long run.
You know, usually you think like, oh, you know, Central's going to come out here and run the ball, you know, run some clock. No.
This
In
is
the
a
red
new
zone
era.
inside the 10 after that big play by Quinn Stewart. And back to Peters, right side. Gets it to about the 6, 7-ish.
Brennan's ball is number 33, Taylor Peters. Brought down by number 31, Christian Butler.
Hand off Peters again, left
Touchdown!
side. Maybe touched on the shoelaces, but just straddles into the end zone for another Salina Central touchdown.
These Mustangs haven't played like this in years, and there's no way to describe it right now. Defense clicking on all cylinders. Offense clicking on all cylinders. They're running it up the gut. They're passing it. You just name it, and they're doing it tonight.
Peters with the extra point again, and good. 44-7. And something I was even thinking about is, I even just wonder if there was even just, I know it's the first game of the season, but just a little bit of letdown maybe from Eisenhower. They've been playing this team the last few years, kind of just been a cakewalk every single time.
It
That they
has.
just kind of assumed they could come in here and just roll over them again. Not the case tonight.
No, not at all. Taylor Peters back to kick. It's going to be one of those little short ones. It seems that he
Yeah, it
kicks
might
this
be
direction.
just even maybe a squib, and now, yeah, going
Oh.
to be kind of a skyrocketed kick.
Oh.
A pretty good job. Able to keep the ball in bounds, fielded by an Eisenhower player, and then backs out of bounds.
Boy, they're on a different cloud tonight.
Yeah. Might have to ask Coach Sambo after the game if the party is at his house tonight.
Wow. I don't know. Mr. Taylor has really put in a workout tonight.
Yeah. And he's definitely done so over the past couple of years, every single night.
Flag
There was
on
a
the
play on the right side of the pass down the field to about midfield. Flag comes in late. Might have had a pass interference there. And that is the call. And I think we might have some of the replacements in finally in the game. At least on the central side. Hand up the middle again. More yardage, 3:23 and counting left in the game.
Wow. I don't know when the last time they had a team 44-7.
Yeah. Central's certainly had 44-7 games. It's just the scores are on the opposite ends.
That is totally true.
Eisenhower was now starting to take some shots down the field, but might be a little too late. And handoff up the middle as we've seen
No
again.
way.
That'll bring up 4th down and 3. I assume Eisenhower will keep their offense out on the field. And we only have 2 minutes and 30 seconds until this is official. Give by the quarterback, a little bit of
First down. He got the first
Yeah,
down
he
and
did.
a little more.
And that was a good job by the running back there. Pitch was a little bit behind him, but able to keep it in front of him. Couple step back, thrown to the left side, and a good throw out of bounds. Does still pick up about 11 yards for a first down.
They're moving the ball, but I guess this is I
see some new faces, but I still see some
old ones out there
some regular
too.
ones, like number 4, Gage Prester, still out there at
Number
the cornerback
9,
position.
Jameer Thomas is still out there too. So they got the corners still out there.
And backside
Sack.
attack. Didn't even know it was coming. Having to pull his jersey back over his shoulder pad.
He's had a couple of sacks today, maybe even 3.
Yep. Rodriguez yet again. And here it comes again. Going to get a little bit of a screen. Going to be right side. Got some good blocks. Eventually taken out of bounds at around the 15.
So they're making that a 3rd down and about 5?
Yeah, that looks about right.
That makes it a lot more manageable. I think they're calling it about 4.
I'm really hoping for one last stand. Get that 44 unanswered points official. And pitch left side. Got blockers
rolling
in front of him. Easily gets the first down. Inside around the 15 to the 12. Under a minute. Clock should be running right now, but now is starting to run. And we have a fumble, and it's recovered by Salina Central.
What a way they wait for this game to end. That's how it started when they began to take over, was a fumble, a turnover.
And Tallis Price comes up with it. And that's kind of the cherry on top of the whole night. And all we should see here.
Well, Coach has got to be really proud of his boys tonight. They've really put on a show for this Salina Central Mustang crowd.
I wonder if they even had to teach the victory formation at practice. They hadn't run it before.
They haven't.
And there's one. And probably about only one more snap needed. And some of the Central players getting ready for a Gatorade down here. Number 36 and number 9 carrying.
No, 33.
Oh, there's another one too. Yep, they got 2 of them coming. And, oh, he's just waiting there. And there's the other snap. And that's going to be it. And we'll see. Here comes some Gatorade. There it is.
Yeah.
He's got some on him. Salina Central, with their first win in over 2 years, take the season opener against the Eisenhower Tigers with 44 unanswered points and take it 44-7. And we'll be back with some player thoughts and coach thoughts after this.
Welcome to the Remax Advantage Player of the Week. And this week we chose the offense and the defense. And I know this has got to be a big win for you guys because I've been watching you guys all along. And I know this is a win that you haven't had in quite some time. So I seen the offense going out there with fire. I saw the defense showing fire. So what do you guys have to say about that?
I thought we played good all around. Everyone did their job, did their assignments, we got things done.
The defense was the key to that game. Our defense played their hearts out, and our O-line did their jobs, and they just opened things up for us.
You got it.
I feel like we had a tremendous game on both sides of the ball. We had some hiccups here and there like every team would, but I feel like we played through it like we should, and we got the win.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, just reps after reps, get our defense and offense ready. We were ready for this game from since school started. We were ready for this moment.
You guys did a great job. And so, again, this week's MVP is the offense and the defense. So thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And we're here at the SMC postgame show here with head coach Mark Sanbo. Coach, a win for the first time in over 2 years in dominating fashion, 44 unanswered points against Goddard Eisenhower. If you could use one word to describe your team tonight, what would you use?
Terrific. I thought they were terrific, and I told them before we went out. This game is very similar to life. There's some peaks, there's some valleys, there's some ebb and flow, and right away we got tested with that. Right away we were down 7-0, and our kids with great resilience responded and responded in a terrific fashion.
Yeah, absolutely. And a word that I was using throughout the broadcast earlier is confident. I just, as seeing this team over the past few years, they just look like a completely different football team. And just the way they carried themselves, the excitement, just confidence all the way around. What is it that you created on the sideline or in the locker room that kind of created that atmosphere that they could believe that they could come out and play like they did tonight?
I think they have it. I think they've had it always. We do some things different. We've talked about, when you've been beat down, things snowball, and when you're on top like Central was for a long time, things snowball positively. And I told the guys our big mindset was to have a growth mindset, and I wasn't afraid. I wasn't hesitating at all summer and in the fall to tell them we got a lot of guys that every team in the state would love to have, and we do. And that's the reason why we're able to do what we do and hold them to 7 points and score 44 and execute like we did and adjust like we did. The kids did a terrific job of adjusting with some in-game adjustments that we made and some halftime adjustments that we hadn't anticipated or worked on, and they came out flawless with it.
I have to ask also, how wet did you get? Saw a couple of your players had some Gatorade ready for you, or some water. How wet did you get?
I'm more worried about my headset.
Oh, yeah.
But I wish somebody gave me a heads up. I definitely would have dodged it. I did dodge it a little bit, so I still have a little bit of quickness. But, yeah, they got my right shoulder. But, that's really for them. They deserve the water. These students who came out, the fans, the parents, they deserve all this. They've been terrific. It's been an easy transition for me. There's great people here. They deserve success. And I've said it with you guys before, Kansas high school football is better when South and Central are back to where they should be.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Coach, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck next week.
Thanks a lot. We're gonna need it. That's a good football team in Derby, so we're gonna prepare very specifically.
Yeah, very much so. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Area high school athletes now have a big home field advantage. The new Salina Regional Sports Medicine Clinic. Led by orthopedic surgeon Dr. Timothy Hawks, Salina Regional Sports Medicine offers comprehensive care, from education to prevent sports injuries, to performance, to the preservation and healing of damaged joints through surgery and rehabilitation. Fellowship trained in sports medicine orthopedic surgery, Dr. Hawks specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of ligament, cartilage, and meniscus injuries. He and his team of athletic trainers and physician assistant supports 5 area high schools, providing the highest quality, most timely care to athletes of every sport. In the school training facility, on the field, or in our clinic, we're ready wherever and whenever you need us. From high school athletes to weekend warriors, we'll help you get back in the game and keep you in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, the leader in comprehensive sports medicine.
Hi, I'm Nathan Wilcom, manager at the Longhorn Steakhouse here in Salina, Kansas. We are proud supporters of our local high school sports team and our community. I'd like to invite you to join us for a great meal at Longhorn Steakhouse. We are open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We hope to see you at our restaurant, and when you do, ask for me or our managing partner, Sarah Grimes. We'd love to say hello.
Come watch your favorite team and earn points with our new Blazin' Rewards program, only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see Domino's.com/rewards or call Domino's.